Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch, click on the link in the description below to buy it at the lowest price anywhere online. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Rolex Datejust 36 reference 126200 on mint green dial stainless steel. I'm going to talk to you about the bezel, the dial, the bracelet, the case, try it on, and give you my thoughts. So let's start. This watch is the Datejust 36. Now, Rolex makes the Datejust in size 28, 31, and 36 for women, but the 36 can also be worn as a unisex watch. Both a man or a woman could wear it. Now, large watches for women have since been in style for like the last 10-15 years, but also men who like to wear watches that fit their wrist better, as in a smaller watch, have also really made a comeback in terms of style. So I would say for those women who have larger wrists, let's say maybe 130 pounds or greater, or just like to wear a large watch, a Datejust 36 would be a right size for you. And for men, those maybe under 160 pounds or smaller, or a 7-inch wrist or smaller, would do very well with the Datejust 36. Okay, so let's talk about the case. The case is 36 millimeters, as I just said. That goes from the 4 o'clock to 2 o'clock position, the longest distance across the bezel. The bezel is the thing that goes around the dial. That's 36 millimeters. Okay, and if you turn it on its side, it's a little bit around 12 millimeters in height. That's the profile. That's how far it sticks up. Now, Rolex doesn't make any watches that are super thick, except for maybe the Deep Sea and Yachtmaster, but those are really big watches to begin with. All their Datejusts have really good profiles on them, and that's important. It's one of the more important features because the watch needs to fit under your cuff or your jacket. So and it also makes the watch look less cumbersome the thinner it is. You don't want it too thin, but this 12 millimeters is a good thickness. Okay, now that's the case. The case is a monoblock middle case with a screw down case back and winding crown. That basically means no water is getting into this watch whatsoever, and it's made out of stainless steel. In fact, it's made out of 904L steel, which is the best steel. It's anti-corrosive. You can polish it many times. It's very, very strong. It's the absolute best. Okay, so the next thing let's talk about is the bezel. The bezel here is a domed bezel. Now, what does that mean? The domed bezel is that it has no fluting on it. Fluting is the Rolex iconic bezel that has sort of ridges on it. This one doesn't have that. Now, you might wonder, why would you want to go with that? Well, a couple reasons. One, it's cheaper. It's made of stainless steel, but also a practical aspect is that the domed bezel is much harder to destroy, and it's much more robust, meaning you can wear this watch in many more situations, such as a sporting environment, washing the dishes, walking the dog, playing, a game of basketball or something. You can wear this watch. You can wear it all the time, as opposed to the fluted bezel, which has white gold on the bezel, and if you hit it, it will actually dent and kind of screw up your watch. So this watch, being all stainless steel, makes it very robust, and it can be pretty much worn with anything. That's why people like this bezel, and also it's cheaper. And the rest of the watch is also stainless steel, so that makes it a very strong watch. You can pretty much do everything with it. Now, let's talk about the dial. The dial is a mint green dial. Now, it's a pretty special dial considering it just came out this is 2023. Now, almost all the Rolex Datejust dials use this sunray finish, which creates a delicate light reflection on the dial. And they use a masterful brushing technique that creates grooves running toward the outwards from the center of the dial. And that means when you turn it in different directions of light, it actually looks different. It looks lighter and darker. And to complete this sunray finish dial, they use a physical vapor deposition or electroplating, a light coat of varnish that gives the dial its final look, which is what you see here. And may I also remind you, it's a luminescent dial. Now, if I take this light, I shine it at it, these hour markers actually luminesce at night. That's a practical aspect you should think of when buying this watch, because you want to be able to not only wear this watch at any time, you also want to be able to see it. And with a luminescent hour markers, which you see here, that you can do, as opposed to Roman dials, which you cannot see at night. So that's another thing. And green is the new color of 2023. So it's a pretty hot color, and it makes this watch actually sell above retail, at least as of the moment. And by the way, if you want to buy it, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com. Let's talk about the movement now. The movement is a caliber 3235 manufactured movement, plus minus 2 seconds a day with a power reserve of 70 hours. You cannot see it, but I can assure you that it's beautiful, and it's been upgraded since the old 3135, and it's more precise, and it lasts longer. Let's talk about the bracelet now. The bracelet is a Oyster 3-piece link across. It has a folding Oyster clasp and has an easy link 5mm comfort extension. What does that mean? It means when you pull out the bracelet, the bracelet pulls out an extra 5mm, so that if you're hot or cold, you can adjust it without using any tools. Okay, so here are my thoughts. That if you like to have a Datejust, which is Rolex's most iconic line, and you want one that fits. Now, if you're a woman and you want to wear one that is larger, this would be a very good watch for you to wear that can be worn in many situations. Now, it's not like a super stunning watch with diamonds and everything, but at the same time, you can wear this watch in many situations, as I told you earlier, right? If it has all these diamonds and stuff, you might be a little bit more careful about it, and you might not get that much wrist time. Now, for a man, I would suggest those men that don't have a huge wrist. And what's a huge wrist? Well, a 7-inch wrist is an average size wrist. Now, if you have smaller than that, I would say that the Datejust 36 is just right. I don't suggest a 36mm for men with a wrist larger than 7 inches. Why? Because it just looks a little bit too small. I would say Datejust 41 would be better. Now, generally those men that are, let's say, 160, 150 pounds or smaller will have a 7-inch wrist or smaller. Anyways, what I like about this watch is that it's very robust. It's all stainless steel. It's pretty much bulletproof, I would say, because there's no parts on it that are precious metal, so you can bang the heck out of this thing and it'll still look just as good. And if it doesn't, you can just simply give it a polish. It's a very robust watch, and it's still a Rolex. It's an amazing watch. So those are my thoughts. And if you want to buy it, go to jazztime.com, JAZTIME.com, or click on the link in the description below.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.